Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show where I talk about stock investing and a wide variety of other things. But remember, this is not financial advice, it's just entertainment. I'm not a financial advisor, just somebody who's been interested in the stock market since 1987 and just like to share my thoughts on some stocks. Now, I'm going to start going through my holdings today. And so the first one, alphabetically, is Airbnb. Last year in October, I was watching a podcast. I think it was the All In podcast, which is a really great podcast. So check that out. Anyway, I had a little bit of money in my Roth IRA in cash, and so I bought 10 shares of Airbnb based on what they talked about and my own research. So today I used Gemini AI to come up with information on the financials. These are culled from financial reports that Airbnb is filed with the SEC. As with anything on the internet, especially when it's brought to you by AI, be extremely cautious. These numbers should be correct, but there's always the possibility that AI somehow drops something, transposes numbers, whatever. So double check these numbers, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to go through a few. Everything that I found, I'm going to paste in the show notes. So be sure to look at those, but do your own research. If I spark you to be interested in Airbnb, do more research. Don't base your buying habits, your investing habits, based on what you hear from anybody on the internet, including myself. And by the way, while the last year, couple of years for me, has been very good in the stock market, I am down a total of $6.20 on Airbnb. That's my total investment, not per share. So haven't lost too much, although it's been over a year since, or over half a year since I've bought that. So anyway, looking at some of the figures, and these are Q1 2025, so ending March 31st, 2025. Total revenue is up 6%. Trailing 12 months revenue is up 9.68%, so that's good. Annual 2024 revenue was up almost 12%. Net income, Q1 2025, $154 million, representing a 7% net income margin compared to $264 million in Q1 of the previous year. So quite a decrease. And it says that this decrease was primarily due to higher stock-based compensation, investment write-downs, and lower interest income. Trailing 12 months ending March 31st, $2.538 billion, a 48.61% decline year over year. And annual 2024 net income was $2.648 billion, a 44.74% decline from 2023. And remember, we're past the halfway mark of 2025 as I do this. Adjusted EBITDA Q1 2025, $417 million, representing an 18% adjusted EBITDA margin compared to $424 million in Q1 of 2024. Earnings per share, quarter 1 2025, 24 cents, and it missed a consensus estimate of 25 cents. Again, that is the estimate of people that look at the stock. Just because they missed doesn't mean that they missed anything. It just means that the consensus of analysts was incorrect. The trailing 12 months ending, this is earnings per share for the past year, was $3.94. And the annual 2024 earnings per share was $4.11. A 43.23% decline from 2023. Balance sheet, total assets of March 31st, 2025, $25.06 billion, an increase of nearly 20% from the previous quarter. Total liabilities, $17.142 billion, an increase of 36.44% from the previous quarter. Cash and cash equivalents, short-term investments, and restricted cash, $11.5 billion. Funds held on behalf of guests, $9.2 billion. Cash flow, the Q1 2025 free cash flow, $1.8 billion, representing a 78% free cash flow margin. Share repurchase program, Q1 repurchased $807 million of Class A common stock, and they have a remaining authorization as of March 31st, 2025 of purchasing up to $2.5 billion in stock, and the market capitalization is approximately $83.54 billion as of July 11th, 2025. The outlook for Q2 2025, an average EPS estimate of 88 cents. Again, that's the estimate consensus of analysts, with an average revenue estimate of $3.5 billion. And there's a note: Airbnb emphasizes its resilient and adaptable model, focusing on long-term growth and expanding beyond just places to stay. They've been improving their core services with hundreds of upgrades to make the platform easier to use, more reliable, and more affordable. So let's look at the stock charts, and then we'll end here. Again, this is just for entertainment purposes only. Hopefully, your investments are in well-diversified long-term portfolios, but sometimes it's fun to play around with a little bit of more speculative money. Okay, so the day that just ended, it was down 1.2%. 5 days, pretty flat. 1 month, down about 2%. 6 months, it's up 5%. Year to date, up almost 3%. 1 year, it's down 7.29%. 5 years, it's only down 2.80%. Now, of course, in the past 5 years, there's been many stocks, including ones that I own, have gone up quite a bit. If you're in Palantir or NVDA, like I am, you're probably pretty happy. If you've been in Airbnb for the past 5 years, probably not so happy, but at least you haven't lost 91% of your investment. And there's the Maxo, about the same as the 5-year. It's pretty flat. Is it the best place to put your money? Probably not. Could a change in their strategy or enhancements to their platform improve their future earnings? Possibly. That's what I'm looking for. But again, this is a very small percentage of my portfolio. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Do you own any? Are you thinking about buying any? Leave your comments in the comments section. I read them all and I reply to them eventually. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit like. Hopefully you'll like it. And we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much.